Hi, David. It's your Grandpa Michael. I was very happy to be able to talk with you yesterday. I hope you're doing well. So, I'm going to tell you a little story about when I was a little boy, and it was probably 1958 or 59, long time ago. I'm an old man. Anyway, I can remember the first thing I can remember in my whole life was standing in the hallway in my mama and dad's house. And my mom and Mrs. Brown from across the street were sitting on the porch. And they were talking. They always did. They liked each other a lot. And they're neighbors. And people talk to each other all the time back in those days. Not so much anymore. But anyway, I had just gotten out of the bathroom. I was learning how to use the toilet. But I wasn't very good at hitting the toilet very much when I was little. I'm getting better though. Anyway, I saw them sitting on the porch, and we didn't have a screen door, and the door was wide open. So I went running out there, went running right between them, right out to the lawn. And guess what? I didn't have any clothes on. Yeah, I was naked, and I was screaming and laughing. And my mom started saying, "Get over here! Get over here!" Chased me down and got me in the house. And that was my first memory ever. Kind of silly, but my other memories from when I was very young was my mom used to walk me to the store. There was a store about 2 blocks away, and when we needed something and she wanted to make like lunch or something, she used to make me English muffin pizzas and stuff. Um, she would walk with me, or I would walk with her to the store when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and she taught me how to walk on the outside on the sidewalk so that I could protect my mom from any cars or traffic, and to hold her hand and how to cross the street in a crosswalk. And little did I know, just a couple of years later when I was 6 and I was going to kindergarten for the first time on my first day, my uncle Frank from Washington State visited us. We lived in Sunnyvale, California, also known as Silicon Valley today. And he visited, and he was my favorite uncle ever. He was so nice. And he told me stories later on that I'll tell you in another video about him. But he helped me get dressed, and it was raining that day, so I put on my raincoat and my hat and my boots, and I went to school, to kindergarten, which was about 4 blocks away. And in those days, at 6 years old, it was very common for kids to walk to school. And I walked all by myself all the way to school. And when school was out, I would walk back. And my teacher's name was Mrs. Balkino. And she was kind of strict. Of course, everyone was strict in those days, but I can remember taking naps during kindergarten, and that's where I met my first and best friend in my whole life. And we still are best friends, he and I. And his name is Kevin. He grew up one house away from me. And Kevin and I went to St. Martin's together after kindergarten, and then to St. Francis, and then to Fremont High School. And we've always been the best friends. It's really nice having good friends that you can call your best friend. And he and I still talk very often. In fact, when I come and see you for the first time this fall, I'm going to also go see Kevin. So your grandma Carol, my wife, and I are going to take the train up to Maine, which is on the northeast side of the United States, and then we're going to take the train back to California, and we're going to visit you, and then we're going to end up going back to Texas, where we live, on the train. This is my first time to ever take a big long train ride. But if going back to when I was a little boy, my mom and my Aunt Gina, and my mom's name was Elaine. She was wonderful. She and her sister would take myself and my cousin Rick on the train in Sunnyvale all the way up to San Francisco. That was about 45 miles away, and we would go into the city, as it was called, to visit in the Emporium, which was a big a big department store, because there weren't any department stores around our house. We had to go way up there to get clothes and stuff. And it was quite a trip. I can remember I needed to go to the bathroom, and my mom took me into the ladies' bathroom, and it seemed all the ladies wore what looked like the same coat, and they all had hats on. And my mom took me into the little cubicle, and I tried to hit the toilet. I was practicing again. I wasn't very good. But anyway, when I came out, I was washing my hands, and my mom turned around to get the towel for me. And when I turned around, I didn't see her. I thought I was lost. Anyway, she was right there. And we went back to the train station, and we went home. It took all day long, but it was fun. So I'm going to go on a train ride to come and see you soon and have a good time visiting you in Napa, where your Grandma Carol and I used to live. We lived there for almost 20 years. That's where we were married, on Howell Mountain. Anyway, I hope you had a good day today, and I look forward to seeing you in the fall, and I'll tell you some more stories when we come out there. And in the meantime, I'll keep sending you videos on YouTube and stuff. Okay, David, Deej, I love you, and tell your mom I love her too, okay? I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.